Kellie Picker's former in-laws have issued a subpoena following their son's tragic death 2 years earlier and amid the ongoing legal battle with the singer. The Red High Heels hitmaker, 38, was previously married to Kyle Jacobs, who passed away by a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the age of 49 in February 2023. His parents Reed and Sharon Jacobs filed the subpoena to Harpeth Memorial Gardens Funeral Home and Cremation Center in order to gain more information on his funeral and cremation, in court documents obtained by In Touch Weekly. They have also requested that the funeral home provide details on what items, if any, were cremated with their late son, as well as documents pertaining to the services provided on behalf of Kyle. Reed and Sharon asked that the funeral home supply documents with the information on March 26. However, they claim that the company didn't comply, but has yet to object to the subpoena. Harpeth Memorial Gardens Funeral Home and Cremation Center is located outside of Nashville, the city where Jacobs' tragic death occurred. Reed and Sharon have also requested that the funeral home share documents that reflect the personal effects of Kyle when delivered to your facility and the disposition of the personal effects or property of Kyle. The parents of the late songwriter additionally want to obtain information on any conversations between Pickler and the funeral home. According to Us Weekly, late last year in November, it was revealed that Kellie as well as Reed and Sharon have been embroiled in a legal dispute over Kyle's personal property. At the time, the songstress filed a petition against her former in-laws, the administrators of Kyle's estate, over items they claim belonged to him prior to his death, according to court documents obtained by In Touch. Although Kellie and Kylie had been together since 2008, Pickler declined to serve as the administrator of his estate, allowing his parents to take control. The dispute centers around a document called the List of Assets, created by Kyle's parents, which includes personal items they have requested via subpoena for the outlet. Among the items listed are Kyle's gun collection, which includes 3 rifles, 7 pistols, a shotgun, a silencer, and a gun safe. Also on the list are Kyle's watches, jewelry, a baseball card collection, musical instruments, and personal devices such as his work laptop and iPhone. Pickler's attorney argued that some of these items are either not in her possession or that their ownership is in dispute. In her petition, Pickler claimed that Kyle's parents entered her home to take items after his death, but did not provide her with a list of what was taken. The singer asked the court to compel Reed and Sharon to identify the items they removed. As part of this action, Ms. Pickler seeks an order requiring the co-administrators to identify the items that they obtained from her home. The petition read. Pickler also asked the court to resolve the ongoing conflict regarding the property. Reed and Sharon, however, dispute Pickler's claims, insisting that she is in violation of a subpoena requiring the return of the estate's property. They argued that Pickler has been uncooperative, providing conflicting information about the location and ownership of the items. The Jacobs family admitted to visiting Pickler's home to retrieve certain possessions, but they maintain that this was done with Pickler's explicit consent and at the invitation of both her and her counsel. They also claimed that Pickler had set aside the items in question for them, and therefore, no list of items was necessary. The couple's prenup, which outlined the division of property, is also a point of contention. Reed and Sharon have requested that Pickler's petition be dismissed, citing the terms of the agreement. Kellie was granted a protective order to prevent the public release of her deposition transcript or video. Her legal team argued that such disclosure would cause undue embarrassment and burden. The Jacobs family has objected to this protective order, claiming that the court did not provide a clear justification for the ruling, especially regarding the avoidance of embarrassment. As of now, the case is ongoing and a hearing over the situation is set to take place later this month, In Touch reported in an article published on Friday. In June 2024, Kellie sold the home she shared with Kyle 15 months after he passed away. 6 months after first listing the property for nearly $1 million, the country singer finalized the sale of the 4-bed and 5-bath, custom-built home for $0.3 million. The 4,875 square foot Tudor-style house is the longtime marital home the couple lived in together and where Jacobs took his own life at age 49 in February 2023. Nearly 9 months after his tragic death, she put the house up for sale for $0.89 million and later reduced the offer to $0.6 million in March in an effort to offload the property. The American Idol alum, who rose to fame after she finished in 6th place on the 5th season, previously purchased the property for $0.43 million in January 2010, just 1 year before she married the music producer. Back in August 2023, Kellie broke her silence on Kyle's death in a statement to People and expressed gratitude for the support that she has been given during the darkest time in my life. She said, "One of the most beautiful lessons my husband taught me was in a moment of a crisis, if you don't know what to do nothing, just be still. I have chosen to heed this advice. Thank you to my family, friends, and supporters for the countless letters, calls, and messages that you have sent my way." Pickler continued towards the end, "It has truly touched my soul, and it's helping me get through the darkest time in my life. As many of you have told me, you are all in my prayers.